called the Reboot. On top of its existing programs in support of remote learning, TLRC also facilitates training on the use of the LMS for students and faculty members as a solid partner of the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. The TLRC also responds to queries and concerns of UPV constituents with regards to the LMS or directs them to the LMS team for resolution. TLRC also conducts RL 101, a free introductory course of the LMS for students and faculty members as a solid partner for remote learning and facilitate an experience through the UPV LMS. TLRC also facilitates registration of students to the General Education or GE portal, an online archive that provides students access to resource reading materials, course modules, and other supplemental references for GE courses. The TLRC also publishes Telescope, an annual popular magazine primarily produced for UPV teachers and students. It contains popularized articles on research, personality profiles, and academic activities in the university. To promote academic integrity in the university, the TLRC also collaborated with the UPV University Library to offer plagiarism checking services for UPV constituents. Clients can submit research papers, essays, and other academic documents, and TLRC will run them through a plagiarism tool. The TLRC also empowers the researchers of the university by providing access to SBS
afternoon, everyone. My name is Sharon, and I am your host moderator this afternoon. This is a new thing for you and for me as well. Well, it's because right now our resident host is busy and not available for his hosting engagements at the moment. Nevertheless, the show must go on. And without further ado, in behalf of the Teaching and Learning Resource Center, I would like to acknowledge the presence of all the participants, students, faculty members, and staff, and of course, the TLRC Tele team, or the Teaching and Learning team composed of its support staff. For now, I request everybody to please settle down for the moment of reflection to be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill, but the willingness to learn is a choice. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very pleasant afternoon and welcome to this webinar, Canva? Yes, you can, a workshop on using Canva to create instructional materials. This will surely give us a lot of learning on Canva tools, basic techniques, and tricks to improve one's presenting and editing skills. I hope you will find this workshop to be fruitful and engaging. So sit down and relax, enjoy the rest of the day. To kick off this afternoon's program, we are pleased to have with us our very own TLRC Director, Professor Lidley Kent Faina, for his welcome message.
Hello, good afternoon. Ayan. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Sha. Okay, so welcome to another training workshop of the TLRC for this year, dubbed as Canva? Yes, you can. A workshop on using Canva to create instructional materials. I would like to welcome our participants from the different colleges and offices of the university, faculty members, students, and staff members, of course. Now, this is actually the second training from the series of trainings we will be conducting for this year. So last week, we have successfully conducted our opening activity for this year. That's Mare Ano ang LaTeX. Our aim there was to introduce LaTeX program to our participants and hope that they will explore more about the LaTeX, no? For this very useful in writing their thesis or even a research article. So for today, we will be learning more about the application Canva, which has wide-ranging uses, especially in designing and enhancing our instructional materials, be it in lecture video or video lecture or presentation or merely lecture notes, and in making publication materials and in designing our courses in the LMS. So this initiative is again under the Learning Instructional Assistance Program, or we call it LEAP, of the TLRC. So we hope that after this training, we have added another useful skills in your array of academic skills, which will be useful in your careers. So we have invited a particular person to be our resource person to walk us through on the use and the applications of Canva. So this workshop is designed to all levels of users of Canva. It does not require special skills or talent in programming to be able to use the applications, since the application is user-friendly across all generations of users. So let me introduce our resource person. Our resource person is a graduate of the Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Media Studies at UPV, class 2017, with focus on journalism and broadcast production. He has been designing communication materials since high school and was the layout artist of the CMS publication Bulan Chronicles, the 2016 issue, and Miagaw Galad, the 2017 issue. So at present, our resource person is pursuing a master's degree in development communication at UP Open University and has keen interest in development of communication materials, science communication, and social marketing. His research interests include community and health communication. Our research person is currently employed at UP Visayas and the Public Information Officer of the Research Extension and Professional Services Association, or REPSAN, of UPB. So participants, let us welcome the young, artistic, and no one else, of course, Yan, our very own czar, Ayan Angel B. Escobar of the Office of the Teaching and Learning and Resource Center. So that's why wala si Yan yung nag-host, because today, Yan is our resource person.
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
Yan?
Hello, Ma'am Sha. Thank you so much. Surprise! So I think since I started working here at the Teaching and Learning Resource Center, this is the first time nga hindi ako ang host sa program. Okay, so thank you so much, Ma'am Sharon, for filling in for me. So today, I'm gonna give you an overview of Canva. It's one of the applications that are embedded in our UP Mails. So here at the Teaching and Learning Resource Center, we highly encourage students and faculty members to maximize the softwares and applications that are included in our UP Mail subscriptions. So Canva is for free, okay? So let me walk you through it. In this workshop, we will be starting with basics, okay? So sabi ni Sir Ken kanina, walang required na skill for this workshop. So everyone is welcome despite kahit na first time yung ma-encounter yung Canva. So let me first share my screen. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so we titled this program Canva, Yes You Can. It's a play on words on the product or the software that we will be dealing with this afternoon. Of course, yes, you can. Of course, kasi nga Canva is one of the easiest design tool available for everybody, and it's completely free for those who are working or studying in the university. Okay, so let me walk you through it. Okay, so what is Canva? Canva was launched in 2013, which is coincidentally that time that I entered UP Visayas. Canva is an online design and publishing tool with a mission to empower everyone in the world to design anything and publish anywhere. Okay, so one of the main core values of Canva is to empower designers everywhere. Okay. Okay, so this is their tagline or their motto, empowering the world to design, which somehow makes a lot of sense because Canva offers a variety of design templates that you can use. So this time I will be walking you through Canva with designing instructional materials in mind. Okay, these are the core Canva values. So make complex things simple. In my experience, Canva is basically the easiest design software there is because I have encountered a lot. So I have Adobe Photoshop, Adobe InDesign, PowerPoint. But so far, Canva is the easiest software to navigate. Okay, the next value is set crazy big goals and make them happen. So if you're thinking about, engaging with your students or making their studies more interactive, we can do that with Canva. So later on, I will be teaching you how to make your presentations interactive para hindi naman masabing boring yung presentations nyo. Okay, next is be a force for good. And then to empower others, which is their core mission. And of course, pursue excellence and be a good human. Okay, so with this in mind, we can say that as I appreciate these core values of Canva because as a development communication student, we use communication materials to empower others. Okay, so what can you do with Canva? Basically, Canva can allow you to do a lot of things. So it ranges from presentations, video lectures, posters, course pack designs, magazines, CVs and resumes, social media posts, flyers, stickers, invitations, and calendar. Okay, so these are just some of the things that you can do with Canva. So I hope you're excited for this. Later on, we'll be having a workshop wherein we will be creating a thumbnail or a header for your LMS courses. This is good, especially for our teacher participants here. I think mas madami yung teachers na nag-attend ngayon than students. Okay, so I hope that will interest you later on. Okay, there's a lot of variety of Canva products. So one of which is Canva for Education. So Canva for Education with the tagline Inspiring Teachers and Engaging Students is for free. So it is embedded in our UP Mail. If you go to the to the right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner of your UP Mail, you can see a tool there that will send you to Canva. Okay? So create and personalize lesson plans, infographics, posters, video, and more. It is 100% free for teachers and students at eligible schools. So if you're working with a personal mail, so you will not be qualified for Canva for Education. However, if you will be using your UP Mail to sign in or to register to Canva, then they will be verifying you para makapag-sign up kayo for an education plan. Kasi there's a lot of limited things that you can do with a personal Canva, except na lang if mag-subscribe kayo sa subscription nila. Okay? So, way back when I registered for Canva, wala pa atang verification process that time. However, right now, they do have this verification process wherein you have to send an ID, I think, in order for you to get Canva for Education. So, I registered for Canva, I think mga 2017 or 2018. Okay, so that topic outline for today, I will be guiding you through templates, adding elements, creating presentations, brands and themes, animations, and a new feature called Docs to Decks. I will be showing it later to you. It's a very interesting tool, actually. Creating and editing lecture videos and sharing and exporting. So it's basically the entire process of creating instructional materials for your classes. Or for example, for the students here, you can be inspired by this webinar to create more engaging presentations for your classmates. Okay, so I'll be, the course of this workshop will be guided with tips, okay? So let me end this presentation first. Okay, since that I will be showing you two tabs, i-share screen ko na lang hindi naka-slideshow. Okay, so first step is you have to prepare your material. So for me, preparation of material is very important because you cannot begin designing an instructional material if you don't know what to put in it. Okay, so for me, I always require those who request me to create information material to prepare an outline of some sort or to present to me their concept para naman may idea ko kung ano yung ilalagay, how to go around the colors, the text, kung ano yung size, and of course, the branding that will be put into the communication material. Okay, so actually for this workshop, I have prepared an outline of a sample course that we will be doing a presentation on. Okay? Create meaningful designs. With the preparation, you always have to prepare yourself. You also have to prepare yourself. Okay, so when we say meaningful designs, is you have to create a meaning out of the thing that you are designing because it will lead you to better appreciate the output. Okay, so my thought process for each design actually goes kind of like I think of a concept that will best represent the topic that I am presenting. So ipapakita ko na sa iyo yung mga samples na mga gawa ko. Okay, so for this, I thought of welcoming the first year students who will be entering UP Visayas. So nilagay ko silang lumilipad yung mga students. These are symbols for students because I want to have that feel of reaching new heights, for example, or flying para parang may goal sila or they have reached a new height. Tapos yung background nito is yung bird's eye view ng new admin. So as you can see, it's a map of UPV actually. So you have the new admin there, and you have the trees covering our new admin, and then you have the old Sotec building here. Okay. And then here, the next design is Thrive at 25, which was used during our 25th anniversary celebration. So the background was, it's a galaxy or stars kasi starting at 25, we were reaching for the stars, parang ganon. And the theme is silver kasi it's a 25th anniversary celebration, so it's a silver anniversary. So that's why this was the design that I made. Okay, and I also wanted it to have a classy feel. That's why I added some sparkles and all. So most of these designs actually I created using Adobe Photoshop. But of course, with these designs in mind, you can also do the same outputs through Canva if you know where to go. Okay, so this is another one. This is this for TeachMart, training on online teaching. So I use symbols here, like the people here on this area, and then I use the UP colors, or the Teaching and Learning Resource Center brand colors, and connecting from the laptop to the people, because that's how I envision the workshop to be, or the training to be. So it's about connecting teachers to students through online. Okay, and next we also have Algebraic, which was a recent activity in collaboration with the Division of Physical Sciences and Mathematics. So for this, my thought process was, how do you even break, algebra? Parang ganon. So I put in an open book and then place a sun far at the background para parang yung thought process here is parang inopen namin yung libro, or we will be giving them new knowledge for a brighter future, parang ganon. So sometimes it's a bit cheesy to think about it like way literally, pero it gets things done. For me, it gets things done. Okay, because I know where to start, on how to start. Okay, next we have our welcoming poster for our website, announcing our newly designed website by Sir Mike Remotin. Okay, so for this, my thought process was we were entering a new year because this was posted right after we came back from the New Year break. Okay, so as you can see, I use the color Viva Magenta, which is the color of the year. Parang umi-enter sa portal for a much brighter tomorrow. Parang ganon yung thought process. Okay, next we have the peer tutorial program poster, which is basically showing students, guiding students, other students to reach for the stars. Okay, and next we have the LMS orientation, wherein my thought process here was that, of course, you have to put the LMS para alam nila kung ano yung mangyayari. And then in the background, you will see that there are circles, which is a representation of the Wi-Fi signal. So parang ganon. Parang orientation on how to use the LMS for online classes. So that yun yung thought process ko for this. Okay, so again, I would like to remind you na before you start designing, you have to know what to design first. So dapat alam nyo kung ano yung gagawin nyo. Next, we have tip number 2, use templates to start your journey. Okay, this time I will be demonstrating and I will be showing you where to go. Wait lang. Okay, so you can open Canva. It's actually saved here on my bookmarks. Okay, so once you open Canva, you will see this interface. Okay, minimize ko muna to. You will see the interface. So you have here Design Spotlight, Business Education. So dito tayo, plans and pricing if you want to go pro, or if you want to have an individual subscription, or if you want to learn. There's also a help center here, and we also have Design School where they can offer you tutorials and courses na para to help you get started on using Canva. Okay, and then let's create now a Canva document so I can guide you on where to go. Okay, so let's create a design. So in our outline of topics, I have presented that the first part would be designing headline for LMS. However, I just realized that you cannot design a headline for the LMS, but rather a thumbnail. A thumbnail which will appear on the home page or the dashboard of the students. Okay, so you have a lot of templates here. So Canva offers a lot of things. So you have documents, whiteboards, presentations. social media posts. So it ranges from Facebook to Instagram to LinkedIn. You can also edit videos, print products like invitations, postcards, flyers, and circle stickers, parang ganon. You also have website layouts which are available. Okay, so the for you is the things that you are working on. So these are the things that I've been working on. Okay, so first, let's create a design because the LMS thumbnail is actually a custom design kasi hindi siya available dito. Okay, so to create a document, you have to go here to create a design na button, and then because it's a custom size thumbnail, click custom size and then input the numbers that you want. Okay, so for the LMS thumbnail, if you are opening your Canva in another device, I hereby encourage you to follow me para maging easy for you, okay? So the size for the LMS thumbnail is 10.89 inches. It's in inches by 4.097. Lang. Okay, so this is the size of the LMS thumbnail. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing for a bit in order to show you kung ano yung thumbnail na to. Okay, so this is the LMS thumbnail. So when you go to the dashboard, you will see the list of courses that you have. So thank you so much to the faculty member who helped me with this guide. So dito, when you come to the dashboard, to the recently accessed courses, you can see sa LMS nyo na it's basically just a template or a random picture or a random pattern is happening. So you want to create something like this na parang may picture siya. Of course, to customize your LMS. Okay, so this is now the design size, the design document. Okay, so how do we start? So using templates to start your journey is actually a really good start because I know that some of you here only encountered Canva today. Okay, so you have lots of templates here, and you can actually search for templates. So right now for the demonstration, we will be designing a course pack thumbnail for LMS for the bridge program in English class. Okay, so I may put here English. Okay, so I have lots of templates here, so maybe let's go through this. Okay, let's select this. Okay, so there are a lot of thumbnails actually. You can also search for math. Walang templates na available in this size. Maybe science. Okay, medyo techno siya. So later on, it doesn't matter if wala sa templates yung hinahanap nyo kasi there are other elements naman na pwede yung pagkunan. Okay? So you can start with editing this bridge program in English. Okay? So later i-show ko sa inyo kung paano, how to deal with these elements. Okay? So parang ganon. So you can edit it out. Once nakapili na kayo ng template, of course, you can be able to modify, like for example, delete some pictures, ganon, and then make it simple. You can also change the colors. So later I will be showing this to you. Okay? But for now, let's delete this and we can start with a blank space. Okay, so when you're starting with Canva, it's okay to use templates because it doesn't, kasi yung templates nilagay nga dyan para magamit sila. Okay, so don't be hesitant in using templates as long as you don't sell it as your own, and as long as you don't, profit off of it. na hindi naman na because templates are already there, as long as you don't profit off of it, it's okay. And especially if you're gonna use it for an academic pursuit. Okay, next we have this toolbar here, which is basically the things where you will be getting your elements you're gonna put in your workspace. So this is your workspace. So we have here elements. So in the elements, there are many kinds. So lines and shapes, there's graphics, stickers, photos, videos, and audio. We also have charts, tables, frames, grids, and collections. Collections are really good, especially when you want to make a consistent theme all throughout your presentation, so you can use the things here. Okay, so for now, let's create a background first. Okay, background. Let's search for what color do we want? Let's have yellow. Okay, so there are many kinds of elements here, so you can choose from graphics, photos, videos, and audio. But since we will be using this document for an LMS header, let's stick with the graphics. Okay, so I can choose this background right here kasi maganda siyang tingnan kasi meron siyang layers of different colors. Ganon. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right here. And then, kapag you reach the edge of the workspace, Canva will automatically make it your background. Okay, so right now it's background na siya. So it will crop it immediately to become a background. Okay, so to add, para ma-move nyo siya ng kaunti, you can double click it. Okay, you can double click it and then you can move it in an area that you want. Okay, so let's put it right here, ganon. Okay, so if you want to detach this as a background, you can just right click and then detach image from background. And it will automatically reduce it to the size approximately of your workspace. Okay, so let's put it in the background again. You can also select this image, right click, and set it as background. Okay, and Canva will automatically crop and enlarge that for you. Next, we have frames. Okay, when you search frame, you will be getting this selection. Okay, so ito yung frames niya. You will see that sa Canva frame if meron siyang clip art na parang mountains and clouds. So these frames is where you can put a picture. Okay, so let's select this. When you select an element, Canva will automatically place it on the center of your design. Okay, so right now it's on the center, as you can see, and then let's move it here. And then these frames are important because you can actually change from image to image through this frame. So for example, let's look for something student. Okay, so let's select some photos. Okay, and then you can drag it to the frame. There you go. And then to move the element inside the frame, you can double click it, and then you can enlarge it, and then you can move it in order for it to fit the frame however you want, and then click done. Okay, so you can also change the image on this frame. Okay, so you just have to drag the image from the elements panel to the frame. Okay, and there you go. So let's have a graphic because I like clip art, for example. So frames are important because when you design later on, if you want to change some things, you don't have to go to all the trouble of deleting an image and then replacing it with another image. So you can just use frame to change photos. Okay, so there you go. You can change it as many times as you want. Okay, so let's pick a much better picture, for example. Okay. Next, we have our grids. Okay, so grids are important in order for you to have a safe space for your design. So as you can see, if I move the element around, you can see pink strips popping out. So this horizontal line here that's popping out is the vertical grid for center. It's a horizontal grid for center. And when I move it sa center naman, it will automatically show me a center horizontal line. It will pop out in order for to show me, to indicate that it is on the center. So kung naka-cross siya, meaning the center of your image is on the center of your page. So ganun yon. So these grids are important. As you can see, if I push it upward, a grid is also shown because Canva automatically gives you a grid para hindi maging awkward yung design mo. So it's safe to say, ang tip ko lang is don't go beyond this grid or don't bleed. In layout and design, a bleed is when you move outside of that grid. Okay, so if I enlarge it like this, the grid will always show to indicate na nasa edge na ako ng safe space ng worksheet. Okay, so let's just put it right there. Next, we also have elements. You have other elements here, so you can use graphics. So Canva for education is actually really good to use because in your personal mail, if you're using your personal mail, Canva has limited elements for you. However, if you use your Edu account or your UP mail to register to Canva, you can see na ito, meron siyang logo na Edu, which means it's basically free to be used sa mga educational projects. So those with personal Canva accounts na hindi nakasubscribe sa Canva subscription cannot use these elements. Okay, so let's click this student right here, siguro ito. Okay. Let's delete this first. Okay, I'm gonna place them right here. And then these elements, you can edit these elements through edit image. Okay, you will have lots of choices here. So you can actually, there's like a techno thing going on with Canva right now. So most of their edit image, parang futuristic siya. Okay, so for example, gusto ko ng retro try. Okay, so parang ganon. So you have lots of choices here based on what you're using. This graphic, however, cannot be edited sa color because there are some graphics available on Canva that you can edit manually. So let's let's find some new graphics here. No, this is not it. This one. Okay, so this one, you can customize this clip art through the colors because Canva has enabled editing for this. So if you click on this graphic, it will show you the colors that were used in this clip art. So for example, I want to change the color of the shirt because it kind of blends with the background. So if I want to change it, I can just click on color, on that color, and then choose any of the colors available here. Or I can go to this panel, to this menu, to add a new color. Okay, so I might want to change it into tones of blue. So, okay, so ganun siya, to change the color. I can also change the color of the hair. For example, I want it to be a little bit brownish. So ganun siya. So some of the graphics present in Canva don't have this feature, but most clip arts do. So that's why Canva is easy to use because in other softwares, you still have to find that layer in order to change its color. But Canva already enabled us to do this type of thing. Okay. Next, we have so uploading images. So you can also upload images through this menu uploads. Okay, so as you can see, I have already uploaded a lot of things here. You can, if you have a file that is already on your computer, you can upload it to Canva through dragging method. For example, I want to upload the logo of the UP Visayas here on my document. I can just, hindi niyo ba nakikita? I think. So I'm opening the folder for my logo now. So if you have a logo, for example, or a picture, you can just drag it from the folder to Canva like this. Sir? Okay, so you can just drag the image from your folder, from your computer folder to Canva via drag and dropping it, just like how you do in PowerPoint presentations. So actually, kung medyo kabisado nyo yung features ng PowerPoint presentation and alam nyo yung workarounds through PowerPoint, Canva will be easy for you, okay? So another option would be you have to upload the file manually. So to upload the file, you can click on here, upload files, and then go to that folder. Okay, for example, I'll be uploading the UP logo here. And it will automatically go to my images. Okay, so I can just click it and it will present itself as an element already embedded in Canva. So once you go outside of Canva, for example, if you close this window and then you open Canva from another account or from another computer, your uploads will stay right here, okay? So it will be saved in this panel. Okay, so let's resize this. So to resize, you just have to go to the corner and then click and drag it according to the size that you want. Okay, Canva also has smart guides that will allow us to know kung ano ba yung size ng other elements natin. So for example, nakita nyo yung UP na logo is much smaller than UP size na logo. Gusto ko, for example, if gusto nyo na magkatulad sila ng size, you can just click on UP Visayas logo and then drag it. And Canva will guide you in order for you to know na magkapareho na ng size yung logo ng UP at saka ng UP Visayas. Okay? For example, something like that. Next is we can add text. So the text panel here will give you lots of choices. So you can add a heading, a subheading, and a body text. So Canva ensures that you have easier access to text designs. So this heading is a much bolder type. The subheading is a smaller text, and the body is a regular text. So you can just click on it and then add text. For example, bridge program in English. Okay. So once you highlight this part, you can actually select other fonts. For example, let's have this one. And then, of course, sizes and then the colors. You can also change the colors of this one. For example, let's change it into something maroonish. Okay. You also have the alignment here, the alignment panel here. So you can switch from flash left, justify, flash right, and center. So for this design, let's use flash left. Okay, so I'll resize this into a bigger one. And then you can also edit something that would be troubling you when you use PowerPoint would be the spacing between the lines of text. However, in Canva, it's easier to adjust the spacing because they have this option here. So when you go to spacing, when you highlight the text and go to spacing, you can actually select the points or the amount of spacing between each letter and between each line. Okay, so kung i-adjust kong ganito, magsiseparate yung letters according to what I want. Pag i-adjust ko rin to, the lines of letters or the lines of text will automatically adjust also. So pwede ko siyang na medyo malayo at pwede din medyo malapit. So for now, let's have this. Okay? Once your text is already in the text box, you can adjust its size accordingly. So if you click on this and you treat it as an element or a clip art, it will do so. So pwede mo na siyang ma-adjust. You don't have to go to all the trouble of highlighting this and, you know, making it bigger through this tool here. You can actually adjust it through this one, through its corners. So pwede siya. Okay, let's adjust a spacing a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so that's it for inputting text. Okay, so let's add a subheading. Let's say, welcome to the bridge program. Or welcome freshies. Do that. Okay, so and then I can also add a little bit of body text. For example, it's August 10 to 25, 2022. Okay, so sometimes ang text na i-add nyo is a little bit smaller. So mahirapan kayong i-click siya at saka i-move around. So you can always select this one, yung parang arrows pointing to all directions in order for you to move the element around. Okay? So ganon. So in the text panel, you also have a lots of font combinations available. So this is available to Edu users. So you don't have to go through all the trouble of thinking kung ano ba yung magandang font combinations. So we can have, for example, you can select this. Okay, and then create it as our title header. Okay, let me adjust it. As you can see, yung font color na sinelect natin kanina has been saved here sa document colors. Okay, so there we go. We now have an alternative na text here. So this text actually are grouped together. So as you can notice, if I move the bridge program, if I select the bridge program and move it around, yung in English na move around din siya. So in order to ungroup that, you just have to right click on it and then ungroup. And then they will be of the different, ano na siya, different elements. Okay, so maybe you can delete this. And then let's have this one become our header design. Then I can just group it again. Like so. So parang ganon. Okay? So changing the color of the text, ituro ko naman, just select the text or the characters that you want the color to be changed, and then you can just go ahead and change the color however you want. Okay, so you can always do that. So next we have logos. So logos in your panel right here, sa pinakababa, you have logos. Okay, so as you can see, I've already uploaded the logo of the UPV and the UPV TLRC here. So you can upload the logo the same way that you can upload other images. So just click on upload your logo and then select the logo you want to be uploaded. And then it will automatically upload it here. And then you can just select that. So I have already uploaded the logo of the TLRC. So if I want to put it on my, for example, workspace here, I can just click on it, just like I would do with an element, and then lay out it with my page, okay? Okay, so as you can see, Canva's mark guides also that will guide you between spacing between different elements. So Canva is showing that I have 0.083 pixels between the UP logo and the UP Business logo. And right now, I also have 0.083 pixels between the TRC and the UP Visayas logo. So Canva will guide you through the process. Okay? So now we have our header for our LMS. So let me stop share this first, and I will guide you on how to change the LMS thumbnail with this document that I made with another faculty member who I am grateful with. Okay, so stop share. Okay, once you are done, I will teach you how to export your material later on. Once you are done with that, you can select the course you want the thumbnail change. And then on the LMS, there's a wedge symbol on the upper right hand of the corner para ma-lead kayo sa settings menu. So you must select the course first. And then pag enter ng course, there will be a settings menu right here on the upper right corner. And then you have to click on edit settings. And then scroll down to the edit course settings until you have reached the course image. And then you can drag the image that we will be exporting later on or upload the file. Parang ganon. It works like a regular document or a regular Facebook post na may ina-upload ka. And then select the image you created and select open and then upload the file. Okay, so if you can check that the file has been uploaded, here at the bottom sa inyong LMS, and then you can save and display, and the thumbnail will now be available. So, but first things first, how do you export a document like this? To export this kind of document, you have to have Canva allowed to be downloaded. So, on the upper right of Canva interface, there's a button called share. So if you click on it, you will have lots of options here. So first things first, I will guide you later on the different sharing settings that we can have. So download. So for this one, we will download as PNG because the available, the acceptable file formats for the LMS would be .jpeg, .png, and .gif. So let's have this as PNG. It's an image. So you can just check this transparent background kahit na may background naman tayo. And then save download settings, ganon. So just push the size quality to the maximum and then click on download. And it will download your design. So however, the thing with Canva is it takes a little bit more time for your projects to be downloaded. So as you can see, nag-download na siya. So, and it's right on my download folder. So, ganon yun. Okay, so next, I'm gonna show you brand kits, okay? So, here in the logo option, actually in any of the option, so you can see that there are there's a term called a brand kit. So what is a brand kit? A brand kit is basically an option where you already have your logos, your fonts, and your text fonts and your colors. So later, for tip number 4, we have use brand kits for consistency. Okay? So we now have an entitled brand kit kasi wala pa tayong brand kit na nagagawa. So you can edit this one. So as you can see, I already have logos here. So I can rename it as UPVPLRC. These brand kits are used for consistency because it will be easier to navigate through your design process if you have this brand kit because nasa isang lugar lang lahat. So for brand colors, you can have brand colors here. So for example, I want parang golden, some blues, okay, a little bit of green, and some red. Okay, so that's how easy it is to add brand colors. You can also add fonts. Okay, so just click on the arrow para sa drop-down menu and then click a heading. So this heading will be automatically registered as your heading to all your projects. Okay, for example, I want to have this one. And then, ang subhead ko would be and then ang body would be Times New Roman, for example. Okay, so I now have a brand kit called UPVTLRC. So how do I use these brand kits? Okay, so for these brand kits, okay, so I can click on my document and go to design right here on the upper left corner and then styles. And then I can, nandito na yung brand ko. Okay, so as you can see, merong color palette na available, which I did earlier, and then meron ding font na available. So if I click on it, it will automatically change the elements into the brand that I wanted. Okay, so if I click on font, it will also change the fonts. So of course, you have to be careful in choosing the right colors and the right fonts for your projects. Okay, so that's how you use brand kits. So these are used for consistency. For example, if I add another page, and then I would click on this page and click on the color palette, it will automatically select the kinds of colors that I want. So for example, I click here sa brand font, it will give me a type of a layout na na sinelect ko sa brand ko. Okay? So it will enable you to work faster, especially if nag-design kayo ng PowerPoint, because just one click and you can already have the heading, the subheading, and the body. Okay, so that's it for brand kits. Okay, so do you have, before I continue with class presentations, do you have any questions regarding designing this LMS header? Because this workshop will require you to design a LMS header for your classes or for the LMS. Did you find it hard? If you have background in Microsoft PowerPoint, Canva will come easy for you. So for your questions or comments, please drop a message on our chat box. Can everybody follow or medyo mabilis ba ako? Is the pacing okay? Okay. So right now we have this LMS header. So may nag-chat. What is a file size that can be uploaded to Canva? File size. Actually, there's for edu purposes, parang walang, I have never experienced reaching the maximum. I have never reached the maximum upload sa Canva because kung minsan I also use Adobe PowerPoint, Adobe Photoshop or Adobe or Microsoft PowerPoint for my projects. So I have never encountered or experienced nag-max ako. Actually, I have edited a video here on Canva na parang I think it was 5 to 10 minutes. Tapos hindi naman ako gin-notify that it exceeded maximum size. So I guess malaking file size yung kaya ng Canva. And also the logo that I just uploaded, yung logo ng TLRC, it's a high quality image. So kahit palaki natin siya, so it's a high sized image na. So I think medyo malaki yung kaya ng Canva for uploads. Okay? So let's leave this here muna, yung ating LMS header. Let's go back to home. Okay? So for the next part of our presentation, we will be making a class presentation. So actually, if you already have a PowerPoint presentation ready, you can upload it or you can import it to Canva for editing. If you want to maximize the use of elements that are available on Canva that are not available in your Microsoft PowerPoint subscription, you can do that. So you can create a design here. And click on import file, and it will allow you to import a file. Okay, so I will be uploading a PowerPoint. Wait for a while. Dito pala siya. Saan nga yun? Hindi ko siya makita ngayon. Wait lang. I'm sorry for the mix-up because I misplaced the file I was about to upload. So I already saw it, located it sa aking computer. So let me show you how to import PowerPoint presentations in Canva. So you can just go here sa create a design, and then sa pinakailalim you have import file. The button import file here. So, and then open it in order for the menu to pop up, and then select the PowerPoint presentation that you want. Okay, so for me, let's do this algebraic presentation. Okay, so it's already importing my file, and it will go to recent designs in my home page. So as you can see, it's already importing here. So this feature is very useful, especially kung you already have a PowerPoint presentation, you don't have to go to all the trouble of copying each element or the text in your ready-made PowerPoint presentation to Canva when you want to edit it on Canva. So, pwede na siya na diretso na lang. You just have to upload the entire PowerPoint. Okay, so I opened it already. So here, as you can see, nag-ask yung Canva ng feedback. So let me just close it muna. Okay, so the elements that I have put there is also reflected in here. So lahat ng image na nilagay ko and the text na nilagay ko was read into text. So I can edit here. Moment of reflection. Okay, so I can change the font. For example, through Canva na hindi na through PowerPoint. So that's how easy it is to incorporate import PowerPoint into Canva. Okay, so kung meron na kayong ready-made na PowerPoint, you can import it to Canva. And the thing with Canva kasi is hindi siya mawawala. Okay, kasi it will be saved to your account. Okay, but now let's leave it here and go to home again. And then we will be creating a presentation from scratch. Okay, for that, here on your home page, you have this button. It's called presentations. So you have different choices here. So, but for the basic PowerPoint presentation, let's have this presentation 16 by 9. That's 16 pixels, ano nga yan? DPI 16 by 9 yung aspect ratio niya. Okay, so let's entitle this design here as Canva workshop. Let's make a PowerPoint for the bridge program in English 2023. Okay, so it will lead you to have a workspace like so. It's a 16 by 9 workspace. So again, you can add elements. You can also choose from templates. There are many templates for PowerPoint presentations or for presentations in general here on Canva. So if I input English, so there are already lots of templates available. Okay? In contrast to what we have done earlier, na parang poster siya na wala masyadong templates because these are made readily available by Canva. Okay, so let's select one here. For example, I'm gonna choose this one. Okay, so if you click on a template, it will show you na ang mga slides na available for that template. So you can only choose like a selection of 3. For example, this one lang, tapos this one lang, tapos this one lang, parang ganon. Or you can also choose everything. So you can apply all 13 pages. Okay, so and there you go. You already have an available, but hindi pa naglo-load. Okay, ayun na siya. Okay, so I have clicked it like a few more times. Okay, so apply all 13 pages. And now you already have an editable presentation through the templates. Okay. So then again, you can revise this one. For example, I can make this into bridge program in English. Or you can have module 1. Module 1. Module 1 is for nouns and pronouns. Page program in English. Okay, so you can actually move it around. Yung mga elements available here, you can move it around as you like. Kasi nga, template siya, hindi siya picture na hindi mo magalaw. So you have the option of moving things around. For example, you can move this around, ganon. And one thing that is similar with Canva and PowerPoint is that they arrange elements foreground to background. So if you right click, for example, ang chain na to, it so appears that it is in the background. It's behind the light bulb. It's behind the clouds, these clouds, and it's behind this cloud. Okay, so if you want to put that chain symbol right in the foreground, I can just right click on it and then bring it to front. Okay, so ganun yun siya. So in reverse, I can also move it backward. Okay, so right click lang, just like in PowerPoint and Microsoft Word. Okay, I can enlarge this one, then maybe add a little more, elements, enlarge this. And now I have customized a template from Canva. So parang ganun siya. Okay, so don't be shy in using templates. Again, as long as you don't post it as your own work or sell it for profit, you can use these elements available. Okay. So I think let's go back to the tips. You can actually also style this one out. You can add different elements pa. For example, go back to logos, ganon. Okay. So for a next tip is to keep it short and simple. So sa presentations kasi, there's only a thing na kailangang maaaring ma-digest ng student or ng audience nyo at the specific amount of time. So keep it short and simple. For example, if you can see it right here, about the teacher and then summary na lang ng content niya. So you don't have to put anything. You don't have to put everything pala. You don't have to put everything in a PowerPoint presentation. So 7 lines of text would be okay with a header or with a headline. So yun na yung tip ko. Okay? Next, you can also actually add logo, videos in Canva. Okay, wait lang. Wait for a while. Delete muna natin to. Sorry. So, i-delete ko muna to yung elements dito. You can add a lot more elements sa Canva. So, as you can see, sa pinaka-bottom ng elements panel or ng menu na to, you have apps here. Tapos, you have more from Canva and you have popular. So, for example, if you want to make a QR code, you don't have to go to all the trouble of going to QR code generators. You can just click on here sa QR code and then enter the URL here. For example, I want to have a website of the TLRC. I can enter the URL here for that specific QR code and then generate it. And then this QR code now contains the link of UPV-TLRC. Okay. So maybe I'll put a little bit of body there na for more information, visit the TLRC website. Okay, so you can input QR codes. So these QR codes can be helpful, especially when your students are keen in having multiple devices. So they can use their laptops to open your lectures and then use the QR code for external na mga files. You can also put in a YouTube video directly from YouTube. Okay, so let's go to apps again and go to YouTube and select YouTube. And then Canva will give you access to different, to the YouTube library. So you can search here, for example, Teaching and Learning Resource Center. Let's see if nandito na yung video namin. Oh, ito siya. So ito siya. So I can just put it here, select it. Dumoble siya. Okay. So when I go to slideshow, for example, so I entered a video. So actually, it's advisable to enter a video through this tool kasi it will give them access not only to the link of the YouTube video, but also the closed captions or subtitles ng video itself, because it's basically a YouTube video embedded to your PowerPoint presentation. So if I click on present, for example, if I present this, okay, and play it, okay, so it will play directly from YouTube. So pwede ng student or ng group member nyo na
Of
ma-scroll
LRC.
down yung
The
time
bridge program
ng YouTube video. And you can
assignments and
also,
other academic
and you
requirements.
also have access to different settings like yung quality niya, yung closed captioning, pwede kong ma-off yung subtitles, and you can also watch it on YouTube. If I click here,
Grammarly helps you
so ganon. So ganon siya. So you don't have to go to all the trouble of downloading a YouTube video and then putting it on the presentation itself. Kasi meron ng YouTube tool yung Canva. So ganun yan. It will make your life easier. Okay? So next we have making your presentations interactive. So you can actually make it more interactive by allowing links such as YouTube videos, cutting down the long lectures with different kinds of activities. But for now, let's have animations, for example, and page and text animations and photo animations. Okay? So for this one, for example, this slide, I want it to pop. So na-animate na siya actually. So, i-remove ko muna to. Remove all animations. Okay? So, to add animations to the page, or in PowerPoint, we call that transitions. You can click on the background and then animate. And then as you can see, yung page animation dito is a page animation yung naka-display dito. Hindi siya element or picture animation. So, for example, that animation will basically apply that animation to all the elements that are here. So, for example, if I want it fun, as you can see, the same animation happens to all the elements. Or slick, as you can see. Okay. However, this yung ano na to, yung elements na to, meron silang sariling animations nila. Okay, so you can just click here. So ito yung combinations. So sa combinations panel, Canva will automatically detect which are the text and which are the elements, and then it will give you the appropriate animation for the kind of feel that you want. So kung gusto mo simple lang, ganun lang siya, or fun, parang ganon, Canva will automatically give your elements different forms of animation. Okay? So yun siya. So for now, let's select fun kasi I want it to be fun. Okay? Pero kung if you're eyeing on that specific element to animate, you can click on the animation and then click on animate. So as you can see, meron tayong page animation at meron din tayong photo animation. So pwede natin, for example, clouds, mag-drift siya na parang it will give you a feeling na parang lumilipad. Okay, animate. Okay? And then when you check it sa ating present, okay? So all the animations are already there. Wait lang. Nakita nyo ba? Wait lang. So ayan siya. So the clouds are drifting during the entrance and the elements are having that fun animation that we selected earlier. So yun yun. Okay, so it's actually very easy to use Canva. Kasi nga, Canva has this kind of interface na easy na siya kasi they're actually suggesting you what to do with your elements, with the elements that you're putting on your pages. Okay? And next step, in grids we trust, so align. So as you can see, ito siya. For example, if nandito siya, so as you can see, it's not aligned. So in order to align certain elements together, you have to click on first one element and then hold shift button on your keyboard, shift, and then select the other elements that you want it to be aligned with, and then go here, sa more, and then position, go to position, and then select center. Okay, as you can see, nag-move yung nouns and pronouns para ma-align siya sa module 1 na text. Okay? So yun yun. There are also a lot of options to choose from, or there are a lot of tips and tricks, pero siguro we can't have the entire afternoon, hindi siguro kasya yung entire afternoon for everything sa Canva. So if you have time, and if you want to consider having a fun workaround with Canva, you can do so in your own expense. Na you can explore the different features and tips and tricks in Canva. Okay? So right now, so tapos na tayo sa presentation of elements. Sa making presentation. So let's go back to home kasi I have a very exciting thing that will be showing you na bago sa Canva. So if you go here, so let's go to Docs. Okay? So there's a new feature here called Docs to Decks. Plan your content and magically turn it into presentation. So this is designed for those na parang walang sa ugat nila yung mag-design ng presentation. But rather, they would just want to write. Kasi di ba meron tayo mga groupmates or meron mga kind of person na they don't bother too much with the presentation, pero they just want to write the entire outline. So we have prepared here ang outline na pinasend ko kanina, Bridge Program English course. So let's go to Docs to Decks. Dito sa Docs na panel. Okay? Let's rename it into Bridge Program in English. Okay, so welcome to Docs to Decks. Add content here and will automatically turn it into a presentation for you. Use headings to create a new slide and use add text to your document like this, or plus to quickly add images, tables, and more. It's jam-packed with goodness. Select convert to sit in action. Wait for a while. Okay, so you, for example, you already have a prepared outline for your presentation. You can input it here. So let's move, let's type in bridge program in English. And then let's create a body. For example, I already have prepared a text here for this one. Okay. And then it, as you can see here, it says use headings to create a new slide. So basically, you can click on this one to add new headings. So for example, wala ito dito. So for example, ganun siya. Just click on the plus sign and then add heading. Okay. So you can also select this one. Okay. Sa ating style, brand kanina, brand styles. So click plus and then body. Okay. So, pwede mo siyang i-bullet form to. So, ganun siya. So, take note that one heading will automatically translate into a new slide. So, kapag hindi ka pa kapag, for example, if you put it bridge course objectives here, madadala siya dito sa bridge program in English. It will not translate into a new slide. So, kailangan mong maglagay ng heading. Okay, you can also add, for example, add another heading here or subhead, for example, recommended study schedule. Okay, you can also add table, for example, you can also add a table. Sample schedule. Date, number of hours, modules to review or study, sample, module 1, let's just to show you module 2, module 3, module 4, and module 5. Example, you'll be making a presentation for a course guide. Example, ito siya. Okay? So now, tapos na ang ating outline na ginawa natin dito sa Docs to Decks. So if you click on Convert, for example, click on Convert right here on the upper right-hand corner. So Canva will automatically designate a template for you. Okay, just wait for a while. So yun siya. So it's easier for those, it will be an easy way for those who don't want to do away, who wants to do away with designing it, but rather gusto na magsulat. So yun siya. You can choose from the different templates here na ibibigay ng Canva sa'yo. And nandyan na yung content na sinulat mo. Okay? So you can also choose your brand. So as you have remembered, meron tayong in-input na brand doon na UPBTLRC. So ito yung pag-read ng Canva sa kanya. Okay? You can choose from different selections. So ganon. Example, let's choose this one. Create a presentation. Okay? And now your presentation is now here. If you want to edit it more, you can. Okay? So for example, we can edit it more and group these forms of text and then palakihin natin siya. And then, for example, if you want to change the font, if hindi ka komportable, you can still edit this one out. Okay? So, yun. Okay? Next, we have to make you can actually create custom characters in Canva. I'm sorry, your internet connection is unstable. It's okay. Okay, so delete muna natin ito. Or add page na lang tayo. For example, if you're that kind of prof or teacher or groupmate or student, now you want to have a parang personalized feel sa iyong Canva design, you can go to apps and add a character dito sa character builder na button, and then you can create as flip art of you, for example. So, for example, ito yung gusto ko. I can choose na kung tatakbo siya, kung maglalakad, or for example, there's a lot of features here for you. Okay? So, pero, this docs to decks and these character builders are still, yung docs to decks is on beta mode pa lang. So, it's not really that smart enough pa to apply lots of different designs pa sa Canva. Pero you can still explore it later on. So, yon. So there are many kinds of tools that you can use in Canva actually already to help you with your presentation. Okay, so next we can have links. You can also add links sa Canva design in order for it to have a feel of interactivity. So for example, let's make a title page, table of contents here. So table of contents. And then, for example, let's add some few pages here. So, module. Copy ko lang muna dito. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to link the table of contents to the slides here. So just like in Microsoft PowerPoint, you can link the slides with each other. So in order to do that, just click on the element you want to link and then click on the more button here. Ito yung logo niya, parang chain siya. And then click link and then you can choose which page you want. So pages in this document, so ito sa page number 5, yung module 1. So as you can see, it automatically registered na naka-underline siya. So you can actually move that underline na feature. So if you want to check it, so ito, yung module 1 is naka-link na siya dito because it has a much darker square dito sa upper right-hand corner. And when you click module 2, kasi hindi siya naka-link, clear siya. So ganun yon. So we can also link this here, okay, and then remove it. Tapos, you can also link a website. Example, naglalagay ko ng logo na For example, TLRC. Laking natin ito. You can also link a website here. tlrc.upv.edu.ph. Okay. So if you want to export it, for example, ipapresent ko Bakit hindi ko na siya maklik? Okay, so wait lang muna. Okay, so later, kung ipapresent mo na to, you can just click on module 1 and automatically will give you access to this slide, and module 2, this slide, tapos ito yung TLRC na word will lead you to the TLRC website. So as you can see, ito nakalink na siya. Okay, so that's how you make your PowerPoint presentations interactive. You can also apply these elements to creating documents, for example, like course pack materials, where you can just put the logo, and then because it will be saved as a PDF, it will, the link that you have dito will be clickable, how to share and export these kinds of documents. So for now, let's have a, by the way, you can also link this, other elements, for example, like images into different websites or different slides. Okay, for example, I will add a logo. To visit TLRC website. Okay, I can link this logo to our website. Okay. Okay, so link added na siya, na-notify na siya na link added. So whenever your student, whenever a person clicks on this logo sa PDF format or sa slideshow format, it will lead them to our website. So ganun yun siya. So again, there are many kinds of interactivity that you can do in Canva. So you have page animations, text animations, photo animations. You can input links, or you can link the presentation to each other, or you can link a certain element to a different website, pwede rin social media, ganon. You can also embed YouTube videos in your Canva presentation, and you can also add QR codes, and you can also build characters for personalization. So ganon yun siya. So for now, let's have a 15-minute break.
Yan, question yan.
I question, sir. Yes, sir.
Siguro, in case they need offline copy of this, halimbawa yung presentation, paano sila magkaroon ng copy?
Later, sir, i-discuss.
Okay, another topic pa pala.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so again, I have included my tips here. Number 2, use templates to start your journey. So don't be shy about using templates. As long as you don't profit off of it, it's okay, because it's use naman. And the templates, so you have elements, you can upload elements, you can add text, you can add videos, you can embed YouTube videos, you can link, you can have character builders. Actually, maraming elements sa Canva ang pwede mong ma-add as long as you explore. Okay? And then number 4, use brand kits for consistency. So I've shown you earlier how to create custom brand kits for consistency. Okay? Siguro sa brand kits, another tip is to utilize the color theory. So if you search on the words color theory, it will give you examples of how colors complement each other or supplement each other. So you have monochromatic, which is basically the shade of different colors. You also have complementary, which is the opposite parts of the color wheel, and the analogous, which are three colors beside each other sa color wheel, and split complementary, which are two colors opposite one color, and you also have triadic and tetradic. So, however, yung UP Visayas, yung UP colors actually don't hindi siya masyadong pasok sa color theory na ano. So, maybe minimize uses of the colors red, yellow, and green all throughout the presentation. So, yun lang siya. So, you can limit one color to certain elements lang para maging maganda yung layout mo. Okay, so number 5, keep it short and simple. Again, 7 lines for each slide would be okay, would supplement enough. So you don't have to put everything sa isang slide. You can always add a new slide. And before we go to our workshop, to our 15-minute workshop, let's watch this video muna.
Typography. It's everywhere we look. In the books we read, on the websites we visit, even in everyday life, on street signs, bumper stickers, and product packaging. Simply put, typography is the style or appearance of text. It can also refer to the art of working with text.
Wait lang, I was notified na hindi pala lumalabas yung video.
Typography. It's everywhere we look. In the books we read, on the websites we visit, even in everyday life, on street signs, bumper stickers, and product packaging. Simply put, typography is the style or appearance of text. It can also refer to the art of working with text, something you probably do all the time if you create documents or other projects for work, school, or yourself. Typography can be an intimidating subject, but it doesn't have to be. You only need to know a little to make a big difference in the stuff you do every day. So let's get started. First, some common types of fonts and what you need to know about them. Serif fonts have little strokes called serifs attached to the main part of the letter. Because of their classic look, they're a good choice for more traditional projects. They're also common in print publications, like magazines and newspapers. Sans serif fonts don't have that extra stroke, hence the name, which is French for without serif. This style is considered more clean and modern than serif fonts. Also, it tends to be easier to read on computer screens, including smartphones and tablets. Display fonts come in many different styles, like script, black letter, all caps, and just plain fancy. Because of their decorative nature, display fonts are best for small amounts of text. For example, titles and headers, and more graphic-heavy designs. In a way, fonts have their own language. They all have something to say beyond the words on the page. They can come across as casual or neutral, exotic or graphic. That's why it's important to think about your message and pick a font that fits. Some fonts come with extra baggage, like Comic Sans, Curls, Papyrus, and many more. There's nothing particularly wrong with these fonts. They just have a certain reputation for being outdated and overused. If you find yourself tempted by them, think twice and consider using something else. There are many fonts with a similar look and feel that are less likely to detract from your message. When deciding which fonts to use, less is more. it's best to limit yourself to 1 or 2 per project. If you need more contrast, try repeating one of your fonts in a different size, weight, or style. This trick is practically foolproof for creating interesting combinations that work. You've probably heard the saying, opposites attract. Well, the same is true for fonts. Don't be afraid to combine font styles that are different but complementary, like sans serif with serif, short with tall, or decorative with simple. This can be challenging at first, but don't despair. Look to other designs for inspiration, and soon you'll get the hang of it. Maybe you've heard terms like kerning, leading, tracking, and hierarchy. For those with more experience, these concepts are essential for creating professional-looking designs. As a beginner, you don't need to know everything about these terms, just enough to inform your work and help you talk about design with more confidence. Hierarchy is used to guide the reader's eye to whatever is most important. In other words, it shows them where to begin and where to go next, using different levels of emphasis. Establishing hierarchy is simple. Just decide which elements you want the reader to notice first, then make them stand out. High-level items are usually larger, bolder, or different in some way. Remember to keep it simple and stick to just a few complementary styles. Leading is the space between lines of text, also known as line spacing. If you're not sure how much line spacing to use, don't fret. The default is usually fine. The goal is to make your text as comfortable to read as possible. Too much or too little spacing can make things unpleasant for the reader. Tracking is the overall space between characters, sometimes called character spacing. Most programs let you condense or expand this depending on your needs. In some designs, you might adjust your tracking to create a certain artistic effect. It can also help you fix fonts that are poorly spaced to begin with. Kerning is the space between specific characters. Unlike tracking, it varies over the course of the word because each letter fits together differently. Some fonts have what we call bad kerning, making certain letters look improperly spaced. If a font you're using has bad kerning, it's best to cut your losses and choose something else. Well-crafted text can mean the difference between an ordinary project and an extraordinary project, even if you're just getting started with design. All it takes is an interest in typography, and you'll start to notice more, see more, and be able to do more in your own work. We hope you enjoyed learning the basics of typography. Check out the rest of our design topics, including color, images, and composition.
Okay, so those were just some tips in typography. So if you can remember it, you have kerning, tracking, and leading, which will help you in aligning your text more properly. You also have hierarchy, which is basically saying that you have to emphasize a certain text in order for it to stand out than the others. So those are just some tricks that you need to remember when designing. Of course, in creating instructional materials, we have to emphasize the important ones, and that's why we have underline, we have bold, we make the text bigger in order to emphasize its importance. Okay, so those are just some basic tricks, tips that you need to remember. So before we proceed with the workshop assignment, I will show you again another video by gcflearnfree.org. So their organization is committed to helping, to supporting learners from all over the world through short lectures like the one we have watched. So this is another video of theirs. So let me share it with you. So this one is for layout and composition. It will basically give you some basic things that you need to remember when composing or a design.
Layout and composition. In a way, they're the foundation of design. They give your work structure and make it easier to navigate, from the margins on the sides to the content in between. Of course, it's not just about working with text. Composition matters in other mediums too, like graphic design, web design, and much more. Without a well-composed layout, your work would basically fall apart. The key to mastering layout and composition is to think like a designer. Luckily, it's easier than it sounds. There are 5 basic principles that can help you transform your work and sharpen your eye for design. Let's start at the top and work our way down. Proximity is all about using visual space to show relationships in your content. In practice, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is make sure related items are grouped together. For example, blocks of text or elements in a graphic. Groups that are not related to each other should be separated to visually emphasize their lack of a relationship. All in all, this makes your work easier to understand at a glance, whether it's purely text or something more visual. White space is an important part of every composition. Now, this doesn't mean literal white space. It just means negative space, like the spaces between your content, between lines, and even the outer margins. There's no one way to use white space correctly, but it's good to understand its purpose. White space helps you define and separate different sections. It gives your content room to breathe. If your work ever starts to feel cluttered or uncomfortable, a little white space might be just what the doctor ordered. Alignment is something you deal with all the time, even if you don't realize it. Whenever you type an email or create a document, the text is aligned automatically. When aligning objects by yourself, for instance, images or separate text boxes, getting it right can be tricky. The most important thing is to be consistent. Let's take a look at what that means. It might help to imagine your content arranged inside of a grid. Notice how there's an invisible line centering each image to the text? Each grouping is also evenly spaced and aligned, with equal-sized margins. It's that attention to detail that makes the composition easier to navigate. Without consistent alignment, your work could start to feel disorganized. Contrast simply means that one item is different from another. In layout and composition, contrast can help you do many things. For example, catch the reader's eye, create emphasis, or call attention to something important. There are lots of strategies for creating contrast. You can use color, adjust the size, shape, or visual weight of an object, or use contrasting styles of text. Contrast is also closely tied to hierarchy, a visual technique that can help the viewer navigate your work. In other words, it shows them where to begin and where to go next using different levels of emphasis. Establishing hierarchy is simple. Just decide which elements you want the reader to notice first, then make them stand out. High-level or important items are usually larger, bolder, or more eye-catching in some way. Repetition is a reminder that every project should have a consistent look and feel. That means finding ways to reinforce your design by repeating or echoing certain elements. For instance, if you have a specific color palette, look for ways to carry it through. If you've chosen a special header style, use it every time. It's not just for aesthetic reasons. Being consistent can also make your work easier to read. When the viewer knows what to expect, they can relax and focus on the content. In many ways, layout and composition are the unsung heroes of design. It's easy to overlook their role, but they're part of everything you do. A nudge here, some extra white space there, and voila! With a little attention to detail, you can create beautiful, professional-looking compositions. Thanks for joining us for the basics of layout and composition. Check out the rest of our design topics.
Okay, so those were just basic things to remember when layouting and composition and composing designs. So before we proceed with the workshop, may I request everybody to turn on their cameras. Let me stop sharing this muna for a photo opportunity as requested by the TLRC. Okay, again, may I request everybody to please turn on their cameras. Okay, I guess ang yung iba nahihiya. 1, 2, 3, and smile. Isa pa, 1, 2, 3, and smile. And there we go.
Wala kang audio yan.
Sorry. For this part of the workshop, I would like to ask you to participate in a 15-minute assignment wherein you will be creating an LMS header for a course of your choice. So again, the size for the LMS header is approximately 10.89 inches wide and 4.097 height, or in centimeters, that's 27.66 centimeters and 10.41 centimeters in height. Okay, so ito lang yung i-input nyo sa create a design na function dito sa Canva. So you will be submitting it to lrc.upvisayas at up.edu.ph para ma-check din namin. Okay, so 15 minutes. May nag-chat pa dito. Ay, okay, sorry. It's the Canva evaluation form, which will, i-remind ko na lang kayo later. Again, so 15 minutes is now up. Let's end at 3:25. So that will give us enough time for the next part of our workshop, which is creating video presentations through Canva. So you may start now. By the way, if you have any questions, you can just drop your messages here in our chat box and I will answer it real time. Okay, so that ends the 15-minute break for the workshop. So I hope you were able to create something out of that 15 minutes. So I think we don't have any time to present anyone's work right now because we still have a lot of topics to discuss. So in exporting, so proceed lang tayo sa exporting. So in exporting your presentations, you can click here, share. Tapos, you can click on download. And then for things like LMS header or for images, you can just choose JPEG. Pero I would highly recommend to save it as .png and then put it sa Max and then just download it. Like this. Tapos, kung PDF naman yung gusto nyo, if you want to save your file sa PDF, for example, yung presentation nyo, if you want to save as PDF, just click sa share, and then dito sa download, and then select PDF. Okay, so ganito yung PDF standard. This is for digital format. And we also have PDF print na for print publications. Okay, so yun lang naman. Just like what you can do with your PowerPoint presentation, you just save it as. So, ganun siya. Okay? So, in terms of access sa inyong Canva projects, you can do this with all Canva projects actually. You can share the link just like you do on Google Drive. So, di ba sa Google Drive, you can share an item or an image or a presentation or a video through link sharing. So you can open the link sharing here. So just click here sa arrow na to. And then you can designate anyone with link. So you can designate if they can only view, if they can comment, or if they can edit. And then you can click copy link and then send it to them. Tapos, everyone na ginsharean mo ng link na may copy ng link can do the things that you have designated here. So for example, if nag-team teach kayo or if there's a group work for class and you're editing a video or you're editing a presentation, you can work on the presentation na sabay kasi nga you can edit it real time. Kaso the thing with that is baka maguluhan kayo. So I would highly recommend to use this feature, pero wag lang kayo magsabay-sabay mag-edit kasi baka mataranta naman si Canva. Okay? So maybe you can use this when you have a group work. So for example, if yung isa morning person, yung isa evening person, then you can share it. Or like for example, if you're team teaching and then gusto nyo na isang presentation lang for the rest of the semester, you can have the first part edited by one faculty member and the latter part to be edited by another faculty member. So parang ganun siya. So it can be best used for collaboration. Okay, so that's the simple way of sharing your files here on Canva. So this can work whether you're making a poster, whether you're making an infographic, whether you're making a brochure, whether you're making a slide presentation, or whether you're editing a video together. So this is best used para may collaboration between you and other members of the group. So there you go. Next, I will show you another feature in Canva that I think will be best utilized in classes. So let me delete this. I will delete this slide muna because it has a video here. Kasi Canva might run slowly if I have a video embedded. So i-delete ko muna to along with the other video. Okay? So right now, I'm going to show you how to create a lecture video using Canva. So it's actually very easy. If you have your presentation ready, you can click on present. And then you can click here on present and record. And then click next. And then Canva will automatically direct you to the recording studio. You can go to the recording studio by clicking here. It will open your camera. Okay, back. Start recording lang muna ako, okay? Since I cannot stream my video nasabay-sabay sa Zoom at saka sa Canva, mag-start recording na lang muna ako. Okay, so my video is supposed to be here. So for example, I'm currently recording this one. Okay, so for example, I'm lecturing what is Canva, blah, 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 blah. Canva was launched in 2013. Canva is an online design and publishing tool. And actually, you can add notes to your design here. So input notes here. So if you want to input notes here, you can actually do that way before sa presentation pa. Or you can just type in here before you start recording. You can pause or end the recording right here on top. So for example, if you want to read outside of the slide, you can put your notes here. Okay. So let's make a longer presentation so that I can show you a sample of how to cut it out later on. So I'll talk about Canva values, make complex things simple, set crazy big goals and make them happen, be a force for good, empower others, pursue excellence, and be a good human. Okay, so what can you do with Canva? You can do a lot of things. Presentations, video lectures, posters, course pack designs, magazines, CVs and resumes, social media posts, flyers, stickers, invitation, and calendar. Okay, so for now, let me end this recording just to show you kung saan to ilalagay. Okay, so they are uploading my recording, so it will have my audio, my video, and my presentation in just one frame. Okay, so let's wait for a while. Okay, so if you copy this link, you can copy this link and send it to your students or to your group mates, and then they will see a preview of your video through Canva. Okay, and you can also download it as MP4. Canva automatically selects MP4 as the type of format for your video, which is good kasi MP4 naman is mostly readable on most, if not all, multimedia players. So we can just save and exit it now. Okay. Next, kung i-click ko yung present again and present and record, I'll have presentation already here. Di ba kanina, yung naka-click is go to recording booth. Pero ngayon, I already have a presentation here. So I can download this. Okay, so naka-save na siya dito. So I can download this. So let's wait for a while for it to be downloaded. So medyo matagal-tagal pa to. Okay, so knowing this feature will ultimately give you access to your presentation and to your video because, for example, if you're teaching this lesson for this semester and the next lesson, the next semester, the same lesson all over again, pero if you're gonna add more details, you can just delete the recorded video and record once again without losing your theme or your video. So ganun siya. Kasi nga, Canva also saves everything that you put in it, it saves in the same website. So kung anong nilagay mo sa Canva, everything will just be there. Except if you make an active decision to delete it from your Canva account. Okay, so it's already downloading na. let me stop sharing my web screen, and then let's go to the file that I downloaded. Video is supposed to be here. So for example, this is now the recording. This is now the video that I have created in the recording booth of Canva. One, or you can just type, okay, so it's saved as .mp4, a lot of things. Okay, so for example, if nagkamali ako sa isang slide, although I have recorded with a video already, in the actual video, there will be a circle here which will have your video ng mukha mo. Okay? Kung kasi I wasn't able to do it kasi yung camera ko is naka-stream siya sa Zoom mismo. Okay? But if you have a camera and if you're recording with Canva, you will have a video here. Pero you can always have the option to turn off your camera and not allow it para audio mo lang yung ma-record. So for example, if in this slide, nagkamali ako, maybe I want to add a few more, like for example, I want to add, what do you call? Newspaper, okay? I'm gonna add newspaper, pero na-record ko na siya, I can just go ahead and add newspaper on my slide, on that certain slide. And when I go to present once again, I don't have to record anymore. Kasi naka-include na dito sa aking na-record sa past recording ang newspaper na bago ko lang in-edit. So this feature is actually really good, especially when you commit a lot of, for example, grammatical errors, spelling errors, na after recording mo na nakita or during recording mo na nakita. So you don't have to go through the process once again of recording your video and recording your audio. Okay? So, however, limited lang siya as long as one slide lang yung maapektuhan. Because if you're gonna edit it na you want to add some slides, you want to add more slides, hindi na mag-fit yung video mo sa slides mo. So, ganun siya. Okay? So, this is good only for minimal changes in your slides. Okay? So, again, so yun yung process for creating a lecture presentation. Okay? So, nakuha niyo ba yun? It's easy because everything that we're doing here on Canva is guided. Okay, so next, for this part of the process, for this part of this program, I'm gonna show you how to edit a video using Canva. So let's go back to our home page and then click on videos here. For example, if I want to cut out a part of that video that I just recorded sa aking video lecture, I can just have a video here. It's the same aspect ratio. It's 1080 by 920, I think. Okay. And then I can just go ahead and upload that video right here sa aking Canva na video file. So I can upload that file, for example, okay, it's already uploading. Ito yung signifier, yan nag-upload na siya. If you're familiar with Cyberlink Power Director, the same steps needed na you have to know na cut by cut siya yung Canva. So it basically parang you're editing the video as if it's a presentation na kinakat mo yung video. So in contrast to its more professional counterpart like Adobe Premiere, you can layer videos, where you can layer the videos. This is a Canva, medyo limited lang yung features for video nila. So to input the video, I'll just click on the video and it will automatically, Canva will automatically place it. Okay, so my video is supposed to be here. Audio. So for example, I'm currently recording this one. You can click space to pause the video. Okay, so my video is supposed to be here. Have space to play the video. So for example, and then you can drag this arrow to any part of the video. So for example, if I want to cut a certain part, for example, I want to cut this part, yung empowering the world to design, I can just use this tool, wait lang. Split. Okay, just right click, just drag the arrow and then right click. Okay. And then split page. And then you can just go ahead and delete this. Okay? So mawawala na yun siya. See? Mawawala na siya. So that's one of the basic cut-to-cut na feature ng Canva. You can also add videos. For example, I'm gonna delete this. You can also add videos here. So you can add page. Tapos, Canva actually has available videos. You have everything ranging from studying, okay? So they have available videos for you. Okay, these are stock videos by Canva. Example, you want to have this as your intro. So if you want to have this as your intro, for example, you can move the pages around. So to do so, just click on the clip that you want to move and then hold it and move it to any part of the video that you are editing. So as you can see, nag-transfer na siya sa very start ng video natin. Okay, it's still processing. So yun. So for example, that's our video. Okay, so my video is supposed to be here. Okay, so to add an audio naman, you can record here. Okay, you can record an audio here. It's still processing. You can record an audio here. So you can go around and, while the video plays, you are speaking. So pwede yun. So exit studio muna tayo. Or you can also add an audio. I don't have any audio here. For example, let's create a reflection song kasi meron akong available dito. Okay, so for example, let's create a reflection song. We want to have nature. Series of clips about nature. And then, in order to dito sa uploads, I have here a recorded reflection song. So it's 1 minute and 36 seconds. So if I click here, Canva will automatically put it sa clip na pinaglagyan ko ng arrow. So I can just move this here sa front. So there's a layer of audio and video in one frame. So, ganun siya. So, for example, if you have recorded a lecture already and you want to convert it a video, so for example, nag-record kayo ng class presentation nyo following a PowerPoint presentation, and you want to put a video, if you want to have a video out of it, so ito yung pwede nyong gawin. Also, in trimming clips and audio, you can go around at the end or at the start of it to trim the audio. Okay? When you say trim, you are cutting down portions of the audio and you're not just compress mong video together. So you're actually trimming if you do it like this. Okay? So ang succeeding videos actually will just follow through. So as you can see, the autumn trees are following kung saan ako nagtitrim because it signifies that it's the next clip. So, ganun siya. Okay, let's delete it once more. Sa uploads tayo. Okay. You can also layer different elements here. For example, I have forgotten to put in a logo. I can just add a logo here. So, click ko lang siya and then put it wherever I want it to be. Okay, for example, ganyan yung ginawa ko. So, all throughout the clips, it will have that logo. So, if I cut down naman, for example, if I split this, and then remove ko to, the first part will not be affected kasi dun lang siya nag-remove. Okay? So, in order for elements na hindi siya mag-jumble-jumble, for example, if I want to stop you have to clip, you have to split. You have to split the clips first before putting on elements. So, for example, kung gusto ko na yung logo hanggang dito lang, it will not affect what is Canva. So, I just scroll down. Okay, I'll just click this and then delete the logo on this part. Okay, so after ng Canva, yes, you can. So, for example, I'm currently recording what is Canva, mawawala na yung logo because I split the clip. Okay? Okay? So, for example, I'm lecturing what is Canva. That's how easy it is to edit simple video editing through Canva. Actually, it's possible that you can make an entire movie out of here as long as you have the clips and the audio that are needed in order to create a video presentation. Okay, so you can add other elements like mga lines and shapes, stickers, photos, videos. You can overlay things, for example. So that's basically ang mga features ng Canva Video Editor. So I guess I don't have much more time. So the last part would be sharing, exporting ulit ng videos. So again, you can send this to anyone with link and they can also edit through link sharing. They can watch, they can comment, and they can edit. So this is very important to remember, especially if we're working on collaboratively with other people. Okay? So ganun siya. So that's the basics of video editing through Canva. To answer the question earlier, kung may offline ba na component yung Canva, actually there's a Canva for desktop app and there's a Canva for iPad rin. Pero Canva works kasi through cloud. So you cannot edit offline kasi need talaga yung internet connection because every element or everything is powered by the internet dito sa Canva. However, not to worry kasi kailangan lang naman na secure mo yung account mo and then you can just go back to it kung magkaroon ka na ng internet connection. So I think that's the con of using Canva kasi it's fully online. And the speed or the duration of how much time you would allot to a presentation would depend on your internet connection, especially kung video yung ine-edit mo. However, if you're just using Canva for simple presentations, you don't have to worry if konti lang yung bandwidth ng internet connection mo. Okay? Actually, through this Canva, I would suggest also, although I would not recommend, na if you want to edit it offline, you can save this as a PowerPoint presentation. All of Canva projects, except for videos actually, you can save as PowerPoint presentation. So you can just click share, and then dito sa more, just scroll down. It's actually kind of tago siya kasi nasa baba talaga siya. And you can save it as a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. Okay, you can just select the slides and then you can download it. And then you can edit it offline through PowerPoint. Pero of course, the elements that you can use will be limited na. And you don't want to go to all the trouble of importing it to Canva once again. So it's better that you edit it on one place na lang instead of moving to and from PowerPoint to Canva. So ganun siya. So I'll show you yung kinalabasan niya. Okay, so it was downloaded as an editable file, so I have to enable editing. However, all your elements will be here. Kaso, yung thing about this is that kasi hindi embedded yung fonts sa pag-download. So you cannot rewrite it and save it as it is, because if you do, okay, kasi what I'm saying was na kasi hindi mo siya ma-save kasi yung fonts is embedded, although you can move around the text. Oh, na-save siya. Maybe I have a font just like that one. Okay, pero most fonts in Canva are not available on Microsoft Word. So it's better to use, if you're planning of exporting from Canva to Microsoft PowerPoint, it's better to utilize fonts that are, you see most of the time, like mga Arial, yung mga regular fonts nakikita natin, Helvetica, ganon. So, yun siya. So we have, for this workshop, we have tackled a lot of things in a short amount of time. So I have already discussed about preparing your materials. So again, have a central theme, create meaningful designs. So I will also presented samples. And of course, use templates, especially if you're just starting on your journey towards becoming a Canva designer. And to utilize available resources, we have elements, uploads, text, videos, audios, and we already also have YouTube, QR codes, character builders. So they're all available for utilization. Number 4, use brackets for consistency. It was also mentioned in the video that I showed you earlier na being consistent is very important when it comes to design. Okay? Next is keep it short and simple. I would like remind lang na 7 lines per slide in order not to overwhelm your audience. And you can also have images like pictures or clip arts kahit na 1 image every after slide lang to break the monotony of it. Number 6, make it interactive. So you have different kinds of interactivity na magagawa niyo dito. Page animations, like animations, photo animations. You can include links. You can embed YouTube videos. You can add QR codes. And you can add a more personalized character. Okay, and 7, in grades we trust. So napakita ko na sa inyo kanina that grades automatically pop up when we move around the workspace. Okay, so it will guide you kung saan nyo dapat ilagay yung inyong elements. Again, ito din, another reminder is that revising is part of the process. I have shown you how to edit a video without having to present over again. So check and check until na it's better than the last one that you have worked on. Okay, number 9, of course, when making instructional materials, never forget your purpose. So our purpose is what drives our passion to create meaningful designs. And number 10, enjoy. Enjoy the process of it. Although I can say based on experience na sa first few times, it will be really hard to navigate, especially if you are working on a new software. But as habang tumatagal, mas lalong nagiging easy at mas lalong nagiging fulfilling yung ginagawa nyo. So a meaningful design leads to a meaningful design experience. And I think that's all for my presentation. I hope that you were able to learn about Canva because of my demonstration. And if you have any questions, you can always chat us through our Teletab help desk or to our Facebook page, which we are already connected with. So again, I would like to return the virtual floor to our host, Ma'am Sharon Miliana. Although if you have more questions, you can ask me right now. I think we still have more time. Mag-extend tayo ng kaunti for your questions. Do you have any questions?
Yes, the floor is open for questions. Mag-countdown ako. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I think wala nang wala nang questions, and this ends our webinar in Canva. And also, please don't forget to answer the evaluation form. And another is please be available, or please attend our LMS orientation on Friday for those who have registered. So that ends our program for today. Good afternoon, and take care always.
Thank you, Yan. And thank you sa mga participants. Basi next naman natin, no? So this Friday, basi na naman kita, no? For the LMS orientation. 8:30 for the faculty, and I think 1:30 ba, no? For the students. No? This is still for using LMS 3, no? Because UPB will still be using LMS 3, no? Not the new LMS of the UP system. Okay, see you. Thank you very much.